to get to the Democratic Convention, and I was there all day. And did you say me something?
What?
What have you got in the clip?
The juice?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got to get in the back because you're going to go here and I'm going to be in the back. My nephew, get all the way here in the back so I can talk about the experience today because it was amazing. And I didn't get to see Nancy Pelosi, although I was an emerged candidate in '08 and I ran for emerge. Not running for emerge, I ran for public office. I ran for a school board member. And me and my sister both ran in Sacramento City Unified School District in '08. She ran for 4 and I ran for 5. Or it was one or the other. I ran for 4 and she ran for 5. The districts or the areas. And what happened? We didn't win. We had little or no support from the black community. And how things go, let's sit here, is that little or no support is given from any community. 70 plus years, Brown versus the Board of Education, and what is that saying? Simply saying absolutely nothing. It's been 70 years, and where are we? Because they can use willful defiance as a, description of your unwillingness to participate in the process. And what can I say? I'm just going to say failure's just never been an option. But what does failure look like? Especially in the community of African American peoples when, willful defiance is prohibiting you from being located in your gifted and talented placements. But, they give out scholarships here with federal dollars. And that's just real. Hey, Tyler, can you grab my keys and go get my chargers out of the middle of the car?
Grab the keys, go to your car, grab.
My chargers. They're in the center. You got a headache? I'm sorry, honey. Can you drink some water? This is my son. He always gets headaches, at least twice a week. We're supposed to be charting them. And life is difficult, isn't it? Because, are you leaving, Kevon? Are you gone?
Yeah.
Well, that would be nice to say, hey, auntie. All right, I got you. Okay. Just remember, you owe me.
Yeah, I got you.
Otherwise, you can't get no more rides.
I ain't gonna forget that shit.
Okay. And so, in America, what does it really mean? This citizenship thing. So many people, what am I going to vote for? Why would I even talk about politics? It's a real reality. And here goes the AC just kicked on because they got the door open. I'm going to go, oh, there's more light here. It's just real. Y'all just have to deal with the noise of the AC going. But the conversation is, not 70 years passes Brown versus the Board of Education. The key to living in America is how you choose to engage, or do you even engage in the process? And I would beg to differ. It's not like, we know so many black parents, they don't want to deal with children who are misbehaving in the public and what they can do to their children. I know, I suffered from it. My mother gave me some, whippings, many whippings. What can I say? I got my tail scorned. And she did it out of fear. Black women beat their children out of fear because if they choose not to listen, so many of them are failing to comply because they never were in slavery. They don't know what they don't know what that means to be enslaved. And it just means that, well, you're just not the one. You're not the one to do what? You're not the one to tell people what to do. They tell you what to do and they expect it to be done. And if they say don't go left and you went left, or they say didn't go right, and there's no reason why you couldn't have turned right at that moment, they can still fine you just because what? Because that's their rule and they establish a rule, and that right there And that's just how it goes. But if you were never in the room when they were making them rules and you didn't understand, the number one thing is the rules should abide to you too. I mean, you should be a part of the process. And as I'm looking for the voice in America that says, bing, 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 but we're not going to be your human capital. That's what I'm looking for. I ain't found it yet. And I ain't too proud. You can just leave them on the table over there. Did you get the white cords and everything? My charger for my phone? No. I had both charger wires in that center thing. One for my phone and one for the one that was in my room. Just regular charger. Did you get both wires? No, there's more white wires inside that. Thank you. I had to explain myself. That was me. But I don't know. I'm just trying to understand what it is that I'm seeing. And I am confused. I'm confused when, we all live under the rules that govern public education. That would be Title I and neglected and delinquent and economic impact aid and, money for children who have bilingual needs. I mean, America just really funds public education. They really do. And they pay for who? They help the states with the people who are most impoverished. They're just in poverty. And, that's what the federal government is for. So when we look at, like what Nipsey said, he said, well, damn, on the first meal I made, I had to pay $100,000 to the what? The federal government. But the mere fact is, here in Nevada, they be trying to keep your federal income taxes. Because I guess a lot of people die without leaving a will and without leaving an administrator on their account. And the federal government's only asking for a few things. But Nevada had to okay who the administrator was going to be. And I didn't have a problem with that, but it was all the paperwork. And I guess I missed a page. Don't miss a page because they got a button. If you push the button when you get to the website, it shows you who's been assigned the administrator of your loved one's estate. I finally got the assignment and I got the proof. And so now I'm waiting for the games to be over. And I don't think the games will ever be over because we're just a part of the harvest. All my children graduated. Yeah, both of them? Yeah. Here, let me give you my watch so you can plug it in. Take my watch in the house and plug it in. I'll give it to you. Just a minute, y'all. Here, honey. Just plug it in the house. No, just one. No, I'm on my phone. Just take all the wires in there, in the house.
Okay, reminder, I brought the one from the car.
All right, well, I'll have to take one out I'll have to just take one back and put it in there. I'll be back over here now. Close the door for the AC is on. Tyler?
Hi.
The AC is on. Close the door.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
The wood one.
Can't step away.
Okay, I'm sorry. One, make sure. That's me. Because it's on. The AC is on. And, yeah. I like my life. Because it's mine. And my accommodation to my children is 100% whatever they need. And I'm going to do what I got to do. And that's what my mother did for me. Whatever I needed. And she didn't bat her eye. And even when it came to, understanding, the days I would get frustrated and whatever, my mother was just a forgiving woman in her older age. But she used to beat the hell out of us when we were younger. And I understand, I didn't have to spank my kids, but my mama did. And my auntie, she got them. And they can tell you some stories about how they were redirected, how they had to mind their elders. And my sons have great manners. And I have one grandchild. And there are people who have great-great-grandchildren. And I don't care if you have great-great-grandchildren. It's like every generation, every 10 years, somebody was having a baby. And that's just real. But when you look at our people and looking at just the failure rate, only the failure rate of the children who look like you, what does that mean? What is willful defiance? What is compliance? You know, they have a lot of judicial, I would say, judicial influence in the black community here. Mr. Bojangles just simply told you, you know, that he would dance no matter what. And he danced because he had the power to dance. That was his gift. Now let's just understand that so many people have been given these gifts, even when it comes down to Whitney Houston. I don't know, Bobby Christina, she probably was very gifted, but she just really never made anything of her life. And I don't understand. All these people have so much money. And we have so much failure. And they say, well, you know, just go and open up a business. Well, that's what they do. Simply, they just put an RFP, request for a proposal, through the harbor. You have to have 30-hour training or some crap and go write a proposal, and then, hey, you too can be a provider. And you know, this whole thing with education in the first place and degrees. I don't have a degree. I have a high school diploma. I was able to get a certificate when I went through the computer repair program, but that's as much as I got there. And then I got my license for a licensed cosmetologist. My hands are bad. I'm not doing all that. And my shoulders and my upper neck and stuff was all bad. And that was injured, and that's how come I got my Social Security. And I've had it since 1997. So I got to do so many amazing things, like volunteering in my local community. And when you volunteer for this organization, which is a federal organization, but if you volunteer through, the Corporation for National and Community Services, National and Community Services, what I said, you can get a stipend a month. It won't even affect your Medicare. You could be fruitful and productive, and you won't have to sit around waiting for something to do. So many people are just sad, and they don't know how to communicate. And you see, I don't have a problem looking at me, because I know who I am, and I think, you know, this natural light makes me kind of shiny, and I don't put no makeup. I don't wear facial makeup. I never did. I want to get me some eyebrows, though, and that's just true. And when I have money, I can wear lashes, but I don't even have to wear them if I can just, you know, use the program and select the facial help. Make you look more smoother and give you some eyelashes and give you some real eyebrows. But, you know, I don't know. I am so confused. So I did go to the Democratic Convention, and I saw Susie Lee. I saw all the legislators, basically. And it's understood here that things are just broken. And I'm saying, well, I kind of get what you're saying, but what I don't get is they go around talking about FERPA. They don't want to violate the FERPA rules. Well, guess what? They ain't violate no FERPA rules. Well, unless they want to just keep a secret that they're using Title I money and federal dollars on children who are not generating those dollars. And what do I mean by that? I just mean that they're not. We all pay taxes for what? What is free and appropriate for the least of us? So let's just understand. You know, who was it? Hillary, who wrote IDEA, Individuals with Disabilities Act, and they have a Department of Rehabilitation. And if you just go to usa.gov and then type in your state and your town and your city, and then see how they are choosing to spend the federal dollars, because it has to do with who is willing to, you know, just step up. I mean, you know, there are people who have grants, and believe me, if it was a foot massage and foot massage was maintaining the behavior of your child, you could advocate for it in and an IEP and make them pay for it. And that's just real. It just has to demonstrate that it's going to be effective when you're helping to support the children in the public school system. Language development, what is that? Some children just naturally can talk. Their brain just operates like that. My grandbaby, well, she's 2.5, and she says, "Oh, that is disgusting." And I'm saying, do you understand what just happened? It's like a 3-syllable word from somebody who is 2 years old when they have children who are walking around and shoving and saying, "Ugh, ugh." And I'm saying they can't communicate. But physically, they're demonstrating behaviors as if they would like something to happen for them. And I'm saying it is the obligation of the system of education that their children are in is to teach them how to effectively communicate. That's how come we have child fine. Child fine, just go look it up. It's 300 point something something, but it's child fine. And it's a federal regulation, and it tells states what they have to do under a 504, which is just a basic an accommodation. Do you think failure is just something? I mean, it is an option, and people choose it. And what can I say? I don't know why. I just don't understand why we have so many. Well, what is willful defiance? It is a failure to comply. And where does compliance come from? It just comes from slavery, but I ain't never been no slave. And I just don't know what I would do if somebody tried to, I do. I would revolt because I'm not the one. I have been banned and you cannot go live, or your post will not be seen, or you don't have permission to share. And it's a violation of my freedom of speech. It is violating my liberty. But they think that they can do that. And, because they have everyday, ordinary citizens that lack the ability or to what? Be fair and impartial. And what is that? Well, hell, I don't know. I don't know what fair and impartial is when everybody knows the goddamn joke and you're the only one that doesn't know it. And they're all whispering behind your goddamn back. And I'm saying, well, wait a minute. When was somebody going to share with me? No one ever had the intention on sharing. And I'm saying, okay, I get it. But guess what? It really doesn't matter because the universe has you. I was able to serve as the chair of the District Advisory Committee for Title I and compensatory dollars in Sacramento City Unified School District for more than 4 years. And I'm just saying, wake up. Because if you don't know what's going on, oh wow, my light went out. Why would you ever know? And how would you ever know what was going on? The sensor is over there. But in the back here, we have light. We just have a little bit more. Oh, look, I can get over and move up and the light come back on. And I can go back there. Oh my goodness. Yes, life is real. And reality is also real. And I have lots of content out here. And guess what? Even back when you go to Facebook notes, they're trying to get rid of your notes. But as far as I'm concerned, that's enough to put a book together. And I'm going to figure out how to download all those files and put me a book together and post it. Because, read a book, right? Well, everybody has an opinion. Just like what my grandma always used to say, everybody got an asshole. And not every, but everybody shouldn't be sharing theirs. But it really doesn't matter. Because life is about who we are as Americans. So the word is, e pluribus unum. Out of many, there's one, but out of one, there just may be none. But what are you willing to do in the year of 2024? I say, find my podcast out there on Spotify, The Parent Empowerment Half an Hour, and then go back and listen to the past shows. I even brought in the real voices of legislators. I mean, when they really sound ignorant, but I don't think they understand what they sound like. Do you understand that legislators cannot implement the state responsibilities because the state has an obligation to have, Department of Transportation or the Department of Housing and Urban Development. I mean, you just can't give all the money to the not-for-profits and let them do the work. Because somehow somebody ain't coming up. There's so many homeless people here, and they live in the tunnels. And then they pay people to go in there and take all their precious belongings and throw them away. I mean, people have to have a real opportunity to do what? To live. Live, just basically live. My mother taught me how to live. And I'm here to share with you on how you might want to empower yourself. And that'd be the first thing is to do what? Show up in the year of 2024. What does showing up look like? What does it look like for you? It's a question. Because if God never gave you a gift and you were not being, if you were not utilizing your gift and you have reached this level of maturity, we still have an obligation to utilize whatever we were given as a gift and make it happen. So understand the power in human capital, but understand the new ocean of the wave, because it is we, the people. But when you've never been a part of the battle-born people, and I'm saying, oh no, I'm not from Nevada, just not part of that battle-born. But I am an American, however, and I will always be an American. You know, born in the USA, because that's where I was born, in Mississippi. And then there is the only song that really makes a difference. It's the people get ready for the train that came. You didn't need a ticket to just get on board, but all you needed was faith to hear the leaders calling. Don't need no ticket to just get on board. All we need is faith to hear the leaders calling. You don't need no ticket to just praise the Lord. And that's what I do every day. I praise the Lord. And you don't have to go to church, and you don't have to be in the box, but you do have to express your understanding of how well you have been blessed in the year of 2024. As we are still here, I am going to be 66 at the end of June. And I will be celebrating my birthday. And, you know, I try to raise some money to pay my damn light bill. I didn't get one donation. But that just shows you. If I was out here trying to twerk it, I probably could give some money, but I'm not doing no extra twerking. And I'm not looking for a significant other. I'm just blessed to be still healthy and still sane. So in the year of 2024, the word is e-perverse. You know, out of many there's one, but out of one, there may be none. But what are you willing to do in the year of 2024? I say find my podcast on Spotify. Parent Empowerment Half an Hour. Go back and listen to some of the public conversations and ask yourself again, why weren't you in the room? But until we meet again, just keep on asking yourself, what is it you're doing in the year of 2024? I say, empower. I say, let's ride the wave together. Find me on Spotify, Parent Empowerment Hour, or Citizen Anderson over there on Podbean, or just Darlene Anderson 1958 on YouTube. But we've got content out here. You have not walked in my shoes and therefore cannot share my journey. But we all have an obligation to do what? To live. So until we meet again, y'all come back now. Have a blessed day.